Hi, this is a demonstration of how Look platform works with SAP Business ByDesign. First, we're going to check some configuration in the system. In order for the user or the company to connect to ByDesign, you need to set up some values to connect and retrieve information from and to SAP Business ByDesign. Of course, a URL where SAP tenant is running, the user and password, the web service to connect, and also the password and some other options that are important in order for the product data master to be transferred to SAP. You can check some documentation on Look on how these values work for the integration. Then some setups for price list and categories need to be set up because SAP ByDesign is asks every time that we retrieve or send information for values that actually are linked to some objects in Look. For example, the user-defined field to connect the category. So you need to create a ERP code. Same for currency. The currency in Look probably is different. The code is different from SAP ByDesign, and same from price list. If you go to a category, for example, for garments or footwear or probably fabrics, you need to just link the value of the category in Look with the value of the category of products in SAP ByDesign. In my case, t-shirts is for garments. Okay, so this value should exist in SAP Business ByDesign for categories. Same for currencies, same for price list. So my example here, USD in SAP ByDesign probably is a different currency code. Once you save these settings, let's go and check our style that we created. Remember, in the previous section, we generate all the variants of the style based on the color, sizes, or different variables. Right now, my style is under production. So this is a flag actually that states that this could be sent to the ERP. And then we click on variants and we check that the variants are generated in the system as well. Okay, so we have a style, color, size, item codes with also the components, okay, part of the bill of materials. In my example, the folder SAP info, we have an app called BYD Sync. We can sync in batch all the styles. This is an example. I can select all of them or just sync one by one. And save for raw materials because the time that we synchronize styles, item codes, and we have a cost sheet on the style, we need to sync the raw materials, fabric, trims. So if we check, we control that all the setups are okay. In my example, hand tag is synchronized to ByDesign. So let's go to SAP Business ByDesign. We can check that all these materials exist in the master table in SAP ByDesign. Okay, this is an example. We have large, medium, and small of a hand tag, and also it's linked to the raw material category. So this is an example. Of course, if we have multiple materials in the BOM, of course you need to synchronize first the bill of materials, the materials linked to the style. So let's go to another app, okay, BYD style. So this app is also important because you only have the styles that are ready to be synchronized to the ERP. Let's look for our polo shirt. We have a folder called ERP info that actually will retrieve information from SAP, and we have an option to synchronize. Let's check. The solution will check if everything is okay. Click OK on synchronize, and of course, the category is missing. So I need to, as you can see, the category is not set to the style. So we need to go back to the style app and select a category for this garment. This is mandatory for to send information to SAP ByDesign because it's mandatory on the master data in SAP, okay? So let's refresh this. As you can see, the category now is displayed. We synchronize, and again, because the style has a cost sheet, okay, the raw material, one of the raw material variants does not exist in SAP ByDesign. So this, I'm showing you this because it's important we control everything, and the system should be consistent on master data. So what happened here is that I have one of the raw material variants and 3 different colors, but I need an extra color. I think it's white. Okay, raw material. The fabric is only in some colors in SAP ByDesign. So we make sure that everything is in there. Okay, so we have 3 different colors. Okay, we need an extra one, and I think it's the white color. So let's check the raw material. So now, as you can see, the style was synchronized. So we can check that in SAP ByDesign. We have the material codes with different sizes and colors. Also, Luke creates a design, a product design in SAP ByDesign with the picture. So let's look for the design, should be here. Okay, so we here, men polo shirt, STL096, that's the code. Okay, so we can just go and see the content of the design. And again, we create a design version with all the SKUs linked to the design. And of course, we can create different versions of the same style in this case. Now, based on the cost sheet and different configuration of variants, we can search the bill of material for each one of the item codes. So let's look for the BOM. So this is one of them. For the size medium. Okay, so different variants. Okay, so basically we have all the materials in one side and different variants, variant 1, 3, 2, 3, and 4 that actually are linked to different materials. So that's how an overview of how this works.